said, it's your boy Zay, the ghetto guy with the glasses. Walked in the room, all those get the spaz and gently asking, do boys think they better at rapping?
I think they're pretty decent.
You lying, boy, you capping. Walk in, cause havoc, chaos, max dragon. You know, walk in, cause havoc, chaos, max dragon. You don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh! Y'all not addicted to Master Duel. I am. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ain't got nothing to do with this video.
You would not believe your eyes if 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep.
Alright, y'all, what's good? It's your boy Zay, the Ghetto God, and we back in this mug. We back in the Bizil, ready to kiss it. I'm not freestyle. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Today, I'm bringing y'all something a little different. And it's not a Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Well, it's kind of related to it. You know, it's kind of related to Yu-Gi-Oh! Today, we're going to be reacting to a video. It's called 10 Mythical Creatures That Actually Existed. You know what I'm saying? So, who knows? They might mess around and be a Chaos Max Dragon actually coming through and wrecking battlefields. That would suck. Yo, we'd be screwed. Boy, I know my monsters ain't over 4,000 attack. I'll get into it, see what them boys is talking about. You know what I'm saying? See if they got like a unicorn off in this bitch. I don't know.
But daddy.
Who doesn't love a good story? Especially ones which involve unbelievable mythological creatures that you wouldn't remotely think are real. But as history has proven, there is a basis for which—
Boy, if there was a lava monster throwing a Pokeball at it. What you talking about?
these creatures were brought up.
Jim going?
Today we're going to be looking at 10 mythical creatures that actually exist.
Okay.
Number 1 itself will make you question whether Middle-earth was real or not, so stay tuned for that one.
Boy, say Middle-earth. Like Shadows of Mort. Boy, if there was an orc out here, we'd screwed. You know how many times I got dogged? That game was hard.
With all that said and done, let's begin, shall we? Number 10. The Direwolf.
Direwolves. What kind of Lord of the Rings?
It's a direwolf.
Direwolves became widely popular when Game of Thrones hit the main—
That boy says, why you pick it up? Look at this.
These large wolves are a constant companion of the Starks in the show, and are shown to be large, intelligent,
like
and protective. They are not, however, just merely a figment of George R.R. Martin's imagination. They are, in fact, based on real animals. Direwolves lived during the Pleistocene, between 250,000 to roughly 10,000 years ago.
I'm gonna put the meme up.
Excuse me. Can I please bite a chunk out of that ass?
Fortunately, real direwolves were not really the size of ponies. They were larger than modern wolves.
Dang, they was
though,
nipping that, bro.
as
This
much as 200 pounds, almost twice what a very large modern wolf might weigh. Their skulls are much larger compared to today's modern wolves. Ironically, though, their brains—
So it's just like a big old, it's big bro wolf. You know what I'm saying? That sucks. He like 8 feet tall. Then that's
are much smaller. However, if they had bigger brains, we probably wouldn't have had amazing fossils of them. Thousands of direwolf fossils have been found in the La Brea tar pits. Scientists believe that they were trapped there when they started feeding on the carcasses of other animals trapped in the tar. Number 9.
That's what you get for being greedy.
The unicorn.
Excuse me? I said that jokingly, and let me find out was a unicorn out here, bruh. I don't know. I'm gonna do something mythical with it. I'm gonna find its remains and take it to the Pokemon Restore artifact. Get a Genesect off in here. What you
Perhaps the earliest account of unicorns is by well-known Greek historian Ctesias, who described a large animal with a horn on its forehead in India. It's quite possible that he saw a rhino.
How did we get unicorn from that? Hey, I saw this thing with a horn on it. On me, it was mystical. It was farting rainbows, wasn't it? It had to a bit. Ain't no, it was flying. Now that's the Pegasus. That's the alt version. You know what I'm saying? The different card or EV. What? Man, folks be going. People be lying. People be lying. That's crazy.
I know from a distance and thought it was a horse with a horn on its head. But fossils unearthed in Siberia may have proven the existence of this mythical creature. Called the Siberian unicorn, it was 1.8 meters tall, over 4 meters long, and weighed more than 4 tons. It was covered in a shaggy coat and earned its nickname from the huge horn that grew out of its forehead.
Is this like a CGI render, or is this like an actual Monster Hunter World type animal? Just like, what is this?
Yes, it doesn't exactly resemble the classic unicorn of lore, but so far this is the closest that we can get
Like
to
an
a real one.
Apatow.
They were believed to have died out 350,000 years ago. But the discovery of a fossil in Kazakhstan changed all that. Carbon dating tests revealed the fossil to be only 29,000 years old.
It's
This
not even
means
that
that the
old.
animal roamed the Earth 321,000 years longer than previously thought.
He said, y'all thought I was dead. Alright, I'm gonna skip this ad, bro. I don't play Valorant. I'm
Number
trying.
8. The Komodo Dragon.
That's not mythical, though. Wasn't that on Jesse? Like, hey, Jesse. This is Kipling. Look at that. Okay, I guess.
Believe it or not, the Komodo dragon was considered a mythical creature all the way up to 1910 when it was first discovered.
Not that it was like, ain't no way there's one of them, boy. They said it's a what on the ground? It's a lizard on the ground? A big lizard on the ground. Ain't no way that exists. But we got alligators. It ain't like him. It's smaller. Those don't exist. Come on.
Prior to that, rumors were spreading that 8-foot-long, 100-pound prehistoric lizards were living on a remote Indonesian island. Wanting to prove or disprove the existence of these creatures himself, Dutch colonial officer Lieutenant Stein van
He said,
Hansbroek
"Bet."
put together an expedition to Komodo Island. He was able to catch and kill a 6-foot specimen, and he sent the carcass as proof to the Zoological Museum and
He really said bet. He said, oh, it ain't nothing. Oh, so I'm a lie. So I'm lying. For sure. Like,
Botanical Garden at Bogor, Java. Seemingly not satisfied with the discovery, American explorer W. Douglas Burton decided to put together an expedition himself, making up his mind to catch live specimens. In the end, the
which I thought he faked the dead body. Like, nah, he had to. This was he stitched it together. Why didn't you believe him when he sent you the body? Like, what?
expedition was able to pile several dead and 2 live Komodo dragons onto their steamer,
Why
and
not
then
kill 'em?
returned to New York City, giving scientists plenty to study and visitors of the Bronx Zoo plenty to see.
This is
Number
Kipling.
7. The Bunyip.
I know I fought that thing on like what was it, like Diablo. On what's it called? Fable. World of Warcraft. There you go.
The Bunyip is a little like Australia's Loch Ness Monster in that it lives
would
in the
be in
water and has
Australia,
never
bro. I
been
swear to
photographed,
God,
despite
that's
the
just
fact
hell.
that hundreds of people have seen it.
Speaking of, I know a couple Australians. They don't think like that. They just like, yeah, it's not that bad. You telling me you guys don't have snakes coming out the toilet trying to murder you with spiders and birds swooping down trying to attack? No, bro, that's just y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all live in Skyrim, not us. I love Australians though. Shout out to my Aussies, you know.
However, the legend might have had actual rational origins. The Bunyip is an Aboriginal legend. According to
Boy.
Australian history, the name means devil or spirit, and the creature is said to look like a cross between a crocodile and a horse. Granted, though, accounts
Interior crocodile alligator.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
I drive a Chevrolet movie theater.
do differ. Bunyips stalk and kill human beings and supposedly make an eerie sound like
Oh, yeah,
a hollow
Yu-Gi-Oh
boop,
card.
which
Like,
certainly seems
bad, I'm
terrifying if you've
addicted.
never been around any shotguns or
That's
farm
it.
equipment. Most scientists believe that the bunyip was derived from an extinct rhino-sized marsupial called the Diprotodon.
I look like a nigga.
Remains of this animal were first found in the region of 1839. It's unlikely that there are any surviving populations of Diprotodon in Australia, but they only died
Bruh,
about
move.
20,000 to
You better kick
40,000
it.
years ago.
You better sit
This
there
was
gonna
long
die.
after the arrival of the Aboriginal people. This suggests the legends might have come from real-life encounters between humans and these creatures. Number 6.
Number 6.
The gorilla. It's hard to imagine.
This ain't like who is this like ain't no way to a gorilla. Like, there's a what? It's a what walking around? You say it's a monkey, but he's swoller? Nuh-uh. Like,
In a world without gorillas, at least based on today's standards. Back then, tales of large, hairy, savage man-beasts with bad tempers living in the wilds of some faraway place seems too good to be true.
I'm not gonna say the joke, but you saw where I was gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Their legend persevered until 1847 when physician and naturalist Thomas Savage managed to obtain gorilla bones, including a skull in Liberia. Prior to the first discovery of the bones, the first recorded sighting of a gorilla was made by the explorer Hanno in the 5th century BC. Another explorer named Andrew Battelle also told tales of human-like monsters visiting his campfire every morning after the humans had left for the day. But
people back then were just like stupid. You know what I'm saying? It was a dude, bruh. It gotta have been because it was big. Like me. It couldn't have been an animal. Bro said a big old human-like creature that stuck up on the camp during the day. That's not like a mission. That's not like a rank 4 quest. You know what I'm saying? Go stop the beast in the village, boy. It's a gorilla. If you don't go do the banana, donkey, give that nigga a barrel.
But he also noted that these monsters weren't intelligent enough to put more wood on the campfire, so his credibility quickly
went up in flames.
Live gorillas went left unseen and untouched for a decade after Savage's discovery until explorer Paul du Chaillu hunted live gorillas and sent specimens back to the many societies who were funding his expeditions.
He must have been sick. He's a guy keep calling these things.
Remained a
they're not people. It's a monkey. It's a gorilla.
Only being discovered in 1902 by German Captain Robert von Baringe. Number 5. The Basilisk. The Basilisk is a mythical creature.
Whatever bro said, he said, Azarath Metriona Zinthos. Like, what is he talking about? This big old snake, you better move. You better slice it. What's this, Harry Potter? You better expecto patron. You better go save yourself.
You're born from a toad or serpent's egg incubated under a cockroach. The terrible offspring that hatches from this egg is a half bird, half snake, and all evil. It is one of the deadliest creatures to menace the mythological world, and is extremely hostile towards humans.
Yeah, he's trying to
You might be familiar with this monster from the Harry Potter book and movie, The Chamber of Secrets, but the monster shown there is somewhat incomplete and only appears as a giant serpent. The basilisk is sometimes described as a giant snake without the cockerel's head or wings. Still, its movement is unlike other snakes.
She's moving on that mug, you know what I'm saying? What she got, what's she, Sasuke? Who's Sasuke?
Rather than slithering with its stomach on the ground, it crawls forward with the front half of its body towering above the earth. The monster's most famous weapon is its dreaded gaze. The potency of its gaze is discussed in all the myths that relate to it across several different cultures. Sometimes they are also known to breathe out fire. Does the description vaguely...
I said I spit hot fighter, you ignite me, then I blow up like a lighter next to a campfire. I rhymed fire with fire because I'm just too fire.
remind you of something. Many experts believe that the basilisk is none other than a cobra, from its size to the way it stands erect when preparing to strike. Even the cobra's hood could be mistaken for wings. And the fire-breathing part? Well, we all know that certain species of cobras do spit out venom, and this venom does cause a burning sensation, so yeah, there we go. The basilisk may be a misunderstood cobra, or maybe it's another undiscovered creature. Who knows? Number 4. The duck-billed platypus.
I don't feel like platypuses exist either. It's you know, like, when have you really ever seen one? I feel like they live in Wyoming, another mythical place.
Can you imagine the rest of the world thinking that you're a hoax, but you know for a fact that you're 100% real? If you don't, consider yourself lucky. The duck-billed platypus, however, had to spend most of its existence mythological hearsay, or worse, a complete fabrication. First discovered in the 18th century, it was considered by many
easily create your
I said we got another ad, but I do gotta
more than half a million templates, music, stock footage.
Skip it like me.
To be a ridiculous hoax, and not without reason. This was an age when naturalists were creating all sorts of strange creatures with the help of taxidermy and creative imaginations. It was first described by English zoologist George Shaw, who wrote that it resembled, and I quote, the beak of a duck engrafted on the head of a quadruped. All the fakery aside, the platypus is remarkable for many reasons, not just its...
When you say it like that, when you say it like it's stupid, people gonna think it's stupid and not believe you, bro. Well, to me, it looked like a little duck with a little thing on his face. It looks stupid. Yeah, it looks stupid. That it's stupid. We're not gonna believe you, bro. Like, come on.
Peculiar appearance.
Put some faith in your heart.
Whether the creature was a mammal. Did
Put
it
some
lay
heart
eggs
in your
or give birth
research.
to live babies? It took another 100 years for scientists to discover the answer to that.
Not it took them 100 other years for somebody to be like, Here it is. Like, nobody went to go pick it up. Like, what?
As it turned out, the platypus is one of the very few mammal species to lay eggs, and is also poisonous. Fun.
It's what?
Number 3.
Psyduck ain't poisonous. I thought it
The
was psychic.
Cyclops.
You said the Cyclops?
Cyclops.
In Greek mythology, the Cyclops were giant creatures that were unmistakable in their appearance, sporting a
quick to get a
single
spear.
eye in the center of each of their heads. They were also known for their barbarity, afraid of neither men nor gods. The most famous Cyclops
who gonna
was
try me?
Polyphemus, which
I ain't
attacked
me.
Odysseus in a cave and
Looks like
ate
God.
half of his men.
Human beings in a mob. What's a mob to a king? What's a king to a god? What's a god to a demon? No belief.
Odysseus blinded the Cyclops by running a wooden stake through his single eye. Then Odysseus and his men escaped by
Shout out
tying
to
themselves to
Odysseus.
the undersides of sheep. This sounds very implausible, though, pertaining to sheep strong enough to carry the weight of a full-grown man. But the existence of Cyclops, well, there might be some truth to that, actually. For many years,
Bro,
there
you
appeared to be
almost
solid
had him. You almost had him. Boy, that was almost a you know what I'm saying? Like Angry Birds, 3 stars.
proof that these one-eyed monsters really existed. Quite a few huge skulls were found which appeared to have a single eye socket in the middle of their forehead. It turns out that the
Mike
skulls belonged to
Wazowski.
dwarf elephants. The eye socket was the central nasal cavity and the opening for the elephant's trunk. Many dwarf elephants have been found in Cyprus, especially in caves where the Cyclops were supposed to have lived. Therefore, it's perhaps natural that an elephant skull would have been taken as evidence of a race of giant man-eating creatures with one eye and terrible table manners. Now it's time for the day's best pick.
Ooh, number 1. Number
Today
1.
we're going to be taking a look at the creature who is the poster child.
Boy, if that exists, that's another reason why I don't want to go in water. Water could have some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't they say like we don't it's like we only discover like 5% of the ocean. It's like 95% where bro could just be over there. You know, it's a big old creature. I don't know how to fight him. Like what? I'm a poke it spear. Like, come here.
From mythical creatures that turned out to be real. Find out what comes up next with
Boy.
number 2.
Number 2.
The Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
Originating in Nordic folklore, the Kraken was said to be a powerful sea monster, strong enough to drag an entire ship to the depths by wrapping its gigantic tentacles around the vessel or by swimming.
What are y'all doing in this situation besides dying? You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'ma bite it. You know what I'm saying? Grab a tentacle. I'm just not finna sit there and get drowned. He just broke the boat. Why you do that? We wasn't even bothering you. You live under the water. We on top of it. You over here doing a lot.
In circles around it to create a whirlpool that would drag the ship down.
That
It was
Jack
first
Sparrow.
written about in 1180, and there were many
Yeah.
accounts of a gigantic tentacled sea monster dragging their ships to their doom. The
boy
Kraken was
locked
said to
in
be
on
able
him.
to
It says-
devour an entire ship's crew in a single mouthful. The myths of the Kraken is likely to have arisen after sightings of a species of the giant squid, also known by its scientific name, the
That's how I take
Archaeopteus
pictures of
ducks,
it,
which
yeah,
can
but
grow
yeah,
to around
fuck.
59 feet long, or possibly the colossal
White people
squid,
shit.
known by its scientific name as Mesokinethetus hamiltoni, which is significantly larger than the giant squid and can grow to unknown lengths.
Unknown.
Very few colossal squids have ever been found in.
Boy said unknown lengths. We could have the world squid out here. He just under the he is the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we just living on top of him, boy, on some one piece shit. Like I can't do that.
Attacked as they live in the deep waters of the Antarctic. For this reason, it has proved very difficult to find evidence of how squid attack their prey. Some recent research does
Yeah, we
show
don't
that
know
they
what they
encircle
do, bro.
prey with
We
their tentacles
don't
before
mess with
pulling it to them and eating it. So, you never know.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck.
You heard him? You know what I'm saying? If you could leave a like and subscribe in the next 10 seconds, you're going to get 10 years of amazing luck. That means if you go to his video, you're going to get 10 years, and you come back to mine and you do the same thing, you're going to get 10. That's 20 years, bro. You know how much you can get done in 20 years? With good luck, you Jeff Bezos. I know what I'd do.
Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. Hobbits.
I feel like someone exists like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Look like somebody real disgruntled, ain't he?
If you are even barely
Hobbit.
into pop culture, you'd know what a hobbit is. They're basically miniature humans who have furry feet and don't wear shoes. And according to stories, have a propensity to save the world from evil pieces of jewelry.
They got furry
And
feet,
also
don't wear
literally
shoes?
eat you out of house and home.
Oh,
What you might
greedy
not
ass.
know is the fact that actual hobbits did exist, but not quite the ones you've gotten used to. In 2003, archaeologists found the remains of a 3-foot-tall adult female in a cave on an Indonesian island.
Maybe she was just a little person. You know they exist. He ain't gotta be a hobbit. That seems kind of messed up. Like, wow.
At first, there was
You
speculation
was chilling
that
with
the
Frodo and
skeleton
them,
was a
right?
person
Wow.
with microencephalia. A comparison of the skull with modern microcephalics, though, seemed to suggest it came from a typical individual. There were also other indication that these were the bones of an unknown species, such as extremely primitive feet, though scientists failed to determine if they were
Shawty just had some big feet. Like, dang, I know some ladies with size 13s. We call her Thumper, you know what I'm saying? Bunny face. I'm kidding.
particularly hairy feet, which is a disappointment. Which mythical creature were you 100% sure wasn't real?
Unicorn. Bro brought that up out of nowhere. Like, what are you talking? I'm surprised you ain't say Chaos Max Dragon. You know what I'm saying? Boys brought up some hobbits. Then you brought it back to Gorilla. That was the one that threw me for a loop. Who was out here just like 808? You said it's a what? It's a what out there? Ain't no way. Nigga said it's a dog out there. What's a dog, bro? Like, what are y'all talking about? I don't know. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, though. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Zay the Ghetto God, without the glasses. that freestyle at the beginning was really cold. You cannot say it wasn't, but like, easy money. We out this mud. About to hop out the stool like a bunny. Nah, like, share, subscribe. Peace.